curious as to why I would need a financial advisor. I have a hard time justifying an expense for somebody to tell me to do what I'm already doing.
I remember speaking with my millionaire financial advisor.
You know how like none of us know what our friends do for work? I think about this often, and I think about how it goes beyond my friends. I don't think anybody knows what we do for work as financial planners.
So this one is we're talking about financial advisors today, and I have something I really say here. We're not financial advisors. People always be up in our comments. You know, I get when you're just trying to discuss, that's fine. When you're coming out, I was like, this is bad financial advice. You guys suck, blah, blah, blah. Bro, we did not say we were financial advisors. Like, huh?
Exactly. Like, I don't understand how miserable you have to be in somebody's comment section and just like come with all of this hostility instead of just have a discussion, which is what we are. We're a discussion channel, and we will chat with you respectfully.
Yeah, like if we're wrong, just say, hey guys, you're wrong about this. Is actually like, okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Don't call us like weirdos, imbeciles, or idiots or something. That's kind of, come on. Like, I really don't care that much, but like that's the point. Like, don't need comments like that.
Yeah, you don't need to be rude. Don't be rude.
Don't be mean.
Like, why?
Just tell me I'm wrong. I take that.
It's like insane.
Yeah. But anyway, so if we're not financial advisors, let's look at some people who could be financial advisors. I don't know. They're on social media, so I'll kind of take that with a bigger grain of salt.
I mean, like, they're not really financial advisors, all of them, but like if you want to get one, these are kind of like tips.
Yeah.
Maybe you should or shouldn't get one.
I remember speaking with my millionaire financial advisor, and I asked him what's one of the biggest mistakes that most people make that actually does the opposite and makes them poor. And what he said to me was something that kind of blew my mind, and the first time I heard it, I actually didn't believe it until I started to look around and see that it was actually true. It actually turns out that everyone that I looked at, over 90% of people made this mistake, and I continued to do it, and it actually prompted me to start a study of my own, and it really changed my life. And here's what it is. He said the biggest mistake that most people make on the path of becoming wealthy or financially independent is that most people are too focused on looking rich as opposed to being rich. And this was something that, like I said, I didn't believe in the very beginning, because I was like, no, it can't be that many people that are focused on trying to look rich than be rich. But again, as I started to watch TV and marketing and all these different things and the cars that most people drove, I started to realize that this is true. If you think about it, we're advertised so much on the top brands of being expensive and looking at celebrities and how they live and wanting to mimic how other people live their lives. We're marketed so much that people who typically make just your average salary or $50,000 or less are really spending majority of their money on things like cars and clothes and things that they really can't afford. My financial advisor said that the best way in order for you to be successful and build real wealth is to do what's called the financial creep. It's also called the lifestyle creep. Essentially what this means is the more income that you make, you should slowly start to creep up and treat yourself. So if you make, say, $70,000 and you get a promotion making $100,000, you should still live as if you made $70,000, and you can reward yourself with a small gift every single year. You can still treat yourself, but you're living below your means. I teach people how to budget, save, and invest. Click my link in my bio if you're interested in more.
Wait a minute. So you're not the advisor? But you're trying to make me buy your click on your link?
Well, that's TikTok.
I don't think that advisor showed him anything. I think he looked this up on the internet.
Probably, but still, yeah, lifestyle creep is a real thing. So don't just increase how much you spend just because you make more. Like, get the bare minimum that you need and then invest the rest.
Truly, the sad part about it is a lot of the stuff can be boiled down to like a couple of words. I guess that's just me. Don't spend too much money. Make more money. Don't waste your money. That's how much.
Yeah, pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Not that hard.
You know how like none of us know what our friends do for work? I think about this often, and I think about how it goes beyond my friends. I don't think anybody knows what we do for work as financial planner. Like I think most people think that what we do all day is basically look at the market and look at charts and look at stocks, but like that's not what we do as financial advisors. A lot of times it's so much more emotional and so much more about what was your relationship with money growing up? What are your worries about money? What are your financial goals? Are you trying to buy a house? Are you trying to retire? What do you feel about the thought of retirement at 60? I think it's that really drew me to financial planning as a whole. I mean, when I started, I definitely had the misconception too. I knew every single vocabulary word and I was studying, more so about the market. But I will tell you, usually 80% of my first consultations with clients are typically about their feelings around money. And I love that. It's like a money therapist.
I was gonna say that there's money therapists.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that, but like that's pretty much what it is. That's cool.
Yeah, everyone's thinking like, when I think of financial advisor, I'm really thinking about people like Caleb or something. Like, oh, what, you doing this? That's pretty stupid. Stop doing but no, they're like therapists. Like, hey, how you feel about that? Hey, you might not do that?
Yeah, just someone there to guide you on your life goals.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Now, how much is a financial advisor?
Depending on your budget, it could be probably too much, but
My first advice to financial advisor: stop paying me to talk to you about money.
yeah, for real.
I'm curious as to why I would need a financial advisor. I have a hard time justifying an expense for somebody to tell me to do what I'm already doing. So I'm curious to know what you think about that.
I found that when I have a third party looking a bird's eye view at my entire financial picture, they see a lot of things I don't, and they live and breathe this stuff. So they're thinking about tax strategy, estate planning, giving strategy, ways to minimize taxes, ways to maximize my investments, and so they're looking at things from a very different viewpoint than I have. It's not just, hey, can you help me pick a fund?
I don't spend every day looking at mutual funds, but they're out there moving around in that forest all the time. And sometimes my guy will call me up and go, hey, there's this thing happening. You may or may not want to do it, but I just want you to know about it. And he teaches me something I didn't know before.
I'm not paying you to do it, though.
It could be really beneficial for a lot of people, though, because they do have like an extensive amount of knowledge that you might not have.
Yeah, at the point, if they're not really teaching me about what to do with tax stuff and like investments and stuff, they're just telling me the simple go-aheads, like, I feel like I can go somewhere else.
Yeah. Or maybe they have like a little overview of what could happen to the stock market, and so maybe they could tell you to pull out stocks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we'll all be taking that information from TikTok and all these other places. Might as well have someone who has, I guess, a degree in it.
Yeah, who actually knows.
Yeah, for real.
I had a call with my financial advisor today. His name is Dave. We've been working together for like 5 years. I have no clue what he does. I just send him my money. I say, thank you, Dave. But today I called him with purpose. I said, hey, Dave, is it realistic for me to think I could buy a home in the next 2 years? And he said, oh, congrats. That's a big step. Where are you looking to buy? And I said, Los Angeles. He said, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And in the next 2 years, interest rates are probably going to be about the same. Los Angeles, you're looking at like $1 million home is like the smallest home you could get in your area. 50K down payment is the minimum. And then on top of that, your mortgage with today's interest rates and that cost of home is looking like $7,000 to $8,000. How does that sound to you, Sarah? Could you do that in the next 2 years? I said, huh? Dave, you are too funny. I am literally wearing hundreds of dollars of merchandise that I bought on Black Friday that just arrived to my door today. I have $0 to put towards a home. I'm going to be renting until I die.
Well, first things first, Los Angeles. Second, Los Angeles.
It's time to move.
And third is Los Angeles.
And then, like, she should have called him before purchasing all of that, though.
Hey, what's it? What? She has to be trolling me, right?
Something here cannot be real.
Just trying to be funny at this point. Because at what point would you think, oh man, I bought this hundreds of dollars of clothes. I need a house in the next 2 years.
For real, like, if you're like a major shopaholic or you just have no idea how to manage money, then it's probably a better investment to actually pay for a financial advisor because they can actually help you increase your wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll tell you this. If you're living in LA already renting and you have money to get all the clothes and you have money for a financial advisor, you already have enough money for a house somewhere else.
Yeah. Sell all of that.
Sell all of it and move.
Please. You can pay for it in cash.
Or
Have your financial advisor help you plan to pay down all your debt or pay for a house or something big in cash.
I'll drive into Los Angeles later. I'll drive into Los Angeles. Let me live somewhere cheaper.
Like, you can just be a travel person, get an RV, and then just go down to LA if you really want to go there all the time.
For real. I'm buying a house in the next takeover.
Yeah. For
I recently started working with a financial advisor, and I want to share some of the tips and conversations that we've had so you can use them too. What I found the most interesting is that we started off our advising relationship with him asking me what were my parents' attitudes towards money. He said that helps them create a strategy because that also informs what beliefs you have around spending money. So if you have parents who spent money frivolously, maybe you inherited that, or maybe you had like the oppositional reaction where you hoard a lot of your money. So beginning to interrogate what your money beliefs are stemming from childhood is a critical component of building wealth. You should be spending 30% of your money towards your living. So that's rent, that's mortgage, etc. 20% can go to you, so you can blow that 20% however you want. 20% into investment, so the S&P 500, real estate, whatever you want to do, and the remainder into your savings. Also, caveat, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving out financial advice. I have to do that disclaimer. Another thing that I've noticed, we didn't have this conversation, but I've just noticed, is that rich people are not very liquid, meaning they just don't have like $1 million in cash sitting in their bank account. Rich people use all of the money that they have. It's usually tied up in equity or it's tied up in some sort of investment. So they always make their money work for them. They never just have like lay money hanging around. Their money is always compounding. So if you have I think you should only have 3 to 6 months of savings. That's like what the rule of thumb is. And then the remainder of that money should be going towards investments, S&P 500, something where it can compound interest and make money for you. And if you're a working girl and you are getting equity from the company that you're working in, I did not know this. I was working at Google for years and I had all of this equity and I just like kept it at Google because I'm like, oh, let me just keep it here. No, you are not supposed to do that. Anytime your equity vests, you should be selling a portion of it and then diversify it somewhere else. They were like, if Google collapsed tomorrow, literally all of your money would be gone. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. You should sell like a portion of your vest immediately and invest it into the S&P 500. So diversify it, put it in healthcare, put it in tech, put it in auto, whatever you want to do, but diversify your equity vest every time you get one. And lastly, we all know this, but it just serves as a reminder, particularly if you've worked at a lot of companies, combine all of your 401ks into the company that you're currently working in and max out your 401k because your employer probably does like a match to a certain percentage. So max out that match. That is literally free money you are leaving on the table if you don't do that. So I hope this helps.
You know about that?
I knew about the 401k thing because I knew that my company didn't match. Which is so dumb.
Like, if you have 401k, you should be able to match. Come on, you have more than most other jobs in the world do anyway. Like, come on, man.
But I didn't know about the vesting thing, about the company equity. So that's the reason. There you go. Maybe you should hire a financial advisor.
Yeah, see? They proved me wrong already. See, I'm wrong. You couldn't say I'm wrong.
For real, like, we love everyone. You can just be nice to us.
I don't like everybody. But seriously, like, that's cool. And that's something different, truly. Something I've never known.
Yeah, and I'm sure rich people have financial advisors all the time because they need somebody to help them with all of that money they have. Like, when you have all of that money, you don't want to screw that up. And then their goal might be to create generational wealth. So this is not just money for them to blow. It's money for, like, generations after them.
Yeah, no, for real. Because I'm going to say this now, and this is, like, well, I feel like it's true. A lot of rich people actually aren't good with money at all. They just have someone who is good with money around them at all times. I'll say at least 99% of rich people are bad with money.
I'm going to just say, like, if you're rich, you probably should always have a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have these people, like the pink sauce lady.
Oh, yeah.
And then other people, like, they blew their money as soon as they got it. And they're not thinking about the future. And it's like, then when your business goes down, what happened?
Oh, yeah. She was right there, too. She was right there. She had a deal with Walmart. and then she dropped all of it.
And then all of her generations after her could have been set, but nope, it's gone.
She could have been on baddies.
Could have been.
She could have been on baddies. Know what I'm saying?
Hope another opportunity comes around.
Probably not.
It's like
How she treated Walmart. She was bad mouth them on public, on the internet.
not smart. You probably also need what is it called? The people that's like
PR?
yeah,
Yeah, most definitely.
that's what you need.
Yeah, PR training, you definitely get that.
Here are 7 questions to ask your financial advisor today. Number 1, does your advisor have a fiduciary duty to you 100% of the time? A fiduciary is legally required to act in your best interest. If they say yes, ask for confirmation of it in writing. It may seem like common sense, but unfortunately it's not. Number 2, what are your advisor's qualifications? Ideally, you're working with someone who is a CFP or a certified financial planner, as that's the standard these days. So steer clear of the non-CFPs. Number 3, how many clients does your advisor have? The number of clients they have will be a good indicator of how much time they have to spend with you. So an advisor with 1,000 clients might sound cool, but no thanks. Number 4, what's the total cost that I would pay to work with you, the advisor? A transparent advisor should be able to quickly and easily explain and show the costs for the services, again, in writing. Number 5, how are you, the advisor, compensated? This one is so overlooked, but a good advisor should be able to quickly and easily explain and show how they're paid. Unfortunately, there's a lot of gray area here, and gray area typically means that you, the client, is probably getting screwed. Number 6, what is your investment philosophy? You should understand how your money is invested, and ideally, you'd be seeking out low-cost ETFs or mutual funds. And number 7, where is my money housed? Ideally, your advisor holds your money at somewhere like Charles Schwab or Fidelity. You don't want them to act as their own custodian like Bernie Madoff did. A good advisor should be glad you're doing your own due diligence, and they should welcome these questions. If they don't, you might want to look elsewhere.
Oh yeah, truly. So, they can act out of my interests.
Yep. Good to know.
I'm not paying you to act good in my interest.
You don't want that, and that's why you have to be really careful when you're spending your money somewhere.
Then what happened to Rihanna? Did y'all make a whole song about that? Was that her financial advisor or manager?
Or accountant.
Oh, it's accountant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like, because you have to trust these people with your money and, like, what to do with your money, too. Like, it's a lot. You don't want to just, you don't want to do that with anybody.
So can anyone else get CFP? Okay.
Pretty sure.
Do I need to go to college to get CFP? Can I just, like, become CFP certified right now?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because you just have to, like, study for the exam.
I wonder how much that is.
Probably like 200. I don't know.
I'm gonna check for Sarah.
Maybe if you guys know and your financial advisor, just comment.
For real, this could be this opened my eyes to a whole new way of money. Ooh.
But see, if you're trying to become a financial advisor or anything, you should really be putting the people first and not like the money or whatever. Don't take advantage.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That's why you live below your means and get the bare minimum. Then you won't be trying to scrap and get money as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I know I badmouth them, but I feel like the one financial advisor I really go to is a Vanguard or BlackRock.
They own everything.
They own everything, so I might as well go there. I don't know if they do financial advisor stuff, but they do finance big stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're financial advisors. Of course I'm going to ask if you've maxed out your IRA.
We're financial advisors. Of course I'm going to ask if you use a budgeting app.
We're financial advisors. Of course I've talked to you about compound interest.
We're financial advisors. Of course I'm excited about talking about tax bracket management.
I'm an intern. I'm just happy to be included.
We're financial advisors. Of course I'm going to ask you if you have life insurance.
We're financial advisors. Of course we've talked to you about the importance of financial literacy.
We're financial advisors. Of course I'm going to email you over and over to schedule your life and legacy meeting.
We're financial advisors. I have no idea what's going to happen in the markets this week.
We're financial advisors. Regardless of the stereotype, our passion is helping you gain financial independence.
I'm an intern. I'm happy to be an intern.
It's so stupid. I love how homey the office is.
It really is home. This is just their houses. I feel like at a certain point it was legit just their houses.
Probably. But I guess there you go. That shows you pretty much what financial advisors do.
Yeah. What's an intern even do for a financial advisor? I'm just kind of caught on that.
Learn, I guess. Take over some work. What they should be doing.
For real. Because like that's not. See, this is what they should be doing.
Yeah, very simplified view, but you get the point.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. They do not know what's going on.
If you are considering working with a financial advisor, here are 5 things that you should be aware of. I'm Tyler. I'm a former financial advisor and portfolio manager, and now I make financial content for free so that you don't have to pay for it. Number 1, choose to work with an independent advisor, not an advisor from one of the big banks. Independent advisors, or RIAs, are required by regulation to offer you products and services that are 100% in your best interest. Big bank advisors, on the other hand, earn high commissions for selling you their own company's products, whether they are in your best interest or not. Conflict of interest? Number 2, make sure you are paying a flat annual fee. This is not the same as a fee-only advisor. Firms are marketing themselves right now as fee-only advisors to confuse you into thinking that they are a flat annual fee. They are not just charging you a small annual fee. They are charging you a small fortune. Number 3, these fee-only advisors are usually charging you 1% of all of your assets under management. So if you invest $10,000 a year with them and you pay $100, fine. But now let's say you're retiring with $2 million. Well, now you're paying $20,000 a year for the rest of your life to have your advisor put you in some index funds and ask how your kid's doing at their first semester in college. Number 4, make sure you work with an advisor who has experience with tax scenarios, insurance needs, and estate planning. Most certified financial planners, CFPs, have passed legitimate exams that give them the credibility to advise you on these things. But again, Series 7, 65, and 66 that most financial advisors take to become financial advisors have absolutely nothing to do with finance or advising. They are law and regulation exams. And number 5, before you do anything else, read these 3 books right now. Richard Ferry's All About Asset Allocation. Andrew Tobias's The Only Investment Guide You'll Ever Need. Number 3, Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. Because once you read those 3 books, you'll realize that you can do 99% of this work on your own and you don't have to pay someone to do it for you. And if any of this is helpful, like and follow, and I'll keep trying to get you one step closer to where you need to be. If you
Never mind. I guess I'm proven wrong about Vanguard. See, I can be proven wrong. Just say I'm wrong. Just say
For real. And if you're gonna comment and be like, "You're wrong about that," just tell us you didn't watch the whole video.
Just tell us, man. We learn in these videos too. We're not educators. We are just people being educated ourselves. Actually,
You'll be a learner.
Be a learner. Just learn. Just learn it.
Learning is fun.
Learning is not fun. I hate learning. I hate school. Liar. No, I'm joking. But that last part's crazy.
That is literally insane.
They can just like say, "Hey, give me more money," and also now you owe me your entire fortune. Have fun, idiot. Like, that's crazy.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, couldn't be me. Like, I can't do with the commissions and stuff because I used to kind of work with that. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not selling this to you. And like, people don't want it either.
Commission sucks.
It really does.
Because that thing always kind of scared me. Like, oh man, my services have not been needed for the past year. And now I'm hungry, starving, and homeless. Like, that's crazy.
Well, if you work with like a good company, they will have like commission as part of your job, but like, you still get a salary.
Yeah.
It's just that those are like bonuses and it's like not capped or whatever.
So still starving and hungry.
Yeah, a lot of them are bad though, because you get like $1 from a sale. It depends on how much it is and the percentage of commission.
That sucks.
It really does.
I guess that's what it really is. That's true. What do you gotta look up for financial advisors in my eyes? That's crazy.
So are you gonna hire one or not? Comment below.
No, I'm just gonna look at those 3 books and then call it a day. Probably go on Coursera and look up they got financial advisor classes.
Do you have one already? How is it?
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait, you didn't? Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
There we go.
Bye.
Now it's bye. Bye.